Completed in 1930, the Chrysler Building is a distinctive symbol of New York City. Standing 1,046 feet, or 319 meters, high on the east end of Manhattan at the intersection of 42nd and Lexington Avenue. Originally built for the Chrysler Corporation, the building is presently co-owned by TMW Real Estate and Tishman Speyer Properties. The Chrysler Building was designed by William Van Allen for the contractor William H. Reynolds, the same man who dreamed up Dreamland, a bygone amusement park of Coney Island's heyday. The design was subsequently sold to Walter P. Chrysler as a home for his company's headquarters. The Brooklyn Bridge looms majestically over the New York's East River, linking the two boroughs of Manhattan and Brooklyn since 1883. Its granite towers and steel cables have offered a safe and scenic passage to millions of commuters and tourists, trains and bicycles, pushcarts and cars. The bridge's construction took 14 years and cost $15 million, more than $320 million in today's money. At least 24 people died in the process, including its original designer. Now more than 125 years old, this iconic feature of the New York City skyline still carries roughly 190,000 vehicles and pedestrians every day. Though Japan began the war with greater naval strength, the United States dramatically expanded its carrier force in 42 and 43. The hasty introduction of the Essex and the Independence-class aircraft carriers helped the U.S. surpass early Japanese gains. America's industrial might would serve the Navy well, as quick repairs and overall fleet strength clinched the naval victory against Japan. From the time the idea came about in 1929 until the completion in 1940, Rockefeller Center created economic prosperity, initiated by John D. Rockefeller, creating a city within a city. From providing jobs for people during the Great Depression to drawing in hundreds of thousands of people a day, Rockefeller Center was always booming. Architects and construction worked together to design and bring to life infrastructure that has never been seen before, proving that New York can still prosper in times of despair. With all the opportunity for work that Rockefeller Center provided for economic prosperity and creating thousands of jobs, some of this opportunity had gone to artists who contributed to making Rockefeller Center the cultural center that it remains today. Empire State Building, steel-framed skyscraper rising 102 stories that was completed in New York in 1931 and was the tallest building in the world until 1971. The Empire State Building is located in Midtown Manhattan on 5th Avenue and 34th Street. It remains one of the most distinctive and famous buildings in the United States and is one of the best examples of modernist Art Deco design. Designed by architect Cesar Pelli with Adamson Associates, the World Financial Center complex was built by Olympia and York between 1982 and 1988 on the landfill used to build Battery Park City. The fill material consisted of dirt excavated during the building of the World Trade Center, as well as garbage and other debris. During the September 11 attacks in 2001, debris severely damaged the lobby and lower floors, causing the building to be in danger of collapse. It has since been fully restored, and significant repairs were made to the other buildings in the complex. The Winter Garden atrium received major structural damage to its glass and steel frame, but ceremoniously reopened on September 11, 2002. After the attacks, the World Financial Center underwent a $250 million renovation and expansion project, in conjunction with the construction of the new east-west passageway linking the complex with the World Trade Center site. The project included a transit pavilion to be built as an extension of the existing Winter Garden atrium on the West Street side. Preliminary plans called for the demolition of the grand staircase, which was the main focal entry point to the Winter Garden and the waterfront. as it connected to the Vesey Street pedestrian bridge adjacent to the original World Trade Center. The grand staircase has also been used as an amphitheater. Thus, the plans for demolition had outraged residents, who promptly appealed for its preservation in the latest redevelopment plans. The Transit Pavilion opened in 2013 and is located on 100 West Street. Central Park. Central Park is the most visited urban park in the United States, with approximately 40 million visitors per year from around the world. Designed by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vauch, it is a beautiful and welcome hiatus for New Yorkers and tourists alike. The park has several bodies of water, 2 ice skating rinks, Central Park Zoo, Belvedere Castle, the famous strawberry fields, and endless of other attractions. There are also lots of grassy areas, good for picnicking. And there are also quite a few homeless people playgrounds with children. Many events and concerts take place every year in Central Park. People come from around the world to propose or have their wedding ceremony in its surrounding beauty. The others hold private events, such as birthday parties for kids, company and corporate picnics, and social gatherings. The iconic Twin Towers of downtown Manhattan's World Trade Center were a triumph of human imagination and will. Completed in 1973, the towers stood at 110 stories each, accommodating 50,000 workers and 200,000 daily visitors in 10 million square feet of space. They were the hub of the bustling financial district, a top tourist attraction and a symbol of New York's and America's steadfast devotion to progress and the future. On September 11, 2001, the World Trade Center became the target of a massive terrorist attack that took the lives of nearly 3,000 people. The disaster also radically altered the skyline of New York, destroying the twin columns of glass and steel that over the years had come to embody the city itself. Construction began in February of 1967, after the Port Authority faced down criticism about the tower's safety and viability from many powerful figures, including real estate tycoon and Empire State Building owner Lawrence Wien. Wien even ran an ad in the New York Times in 1968, predicting that a commercial airliner was likely to fly into the towers. Plans had already been made to guard against such an accident, which had happened in 1945 with a smaller plane at the Empire State Building, and the towers were designed to be safe in a collision with a fully loaded 707 plane, the largest existing plane at that time. It was assumed such a plane would have to be lost in fog for such an event to occur. A terrorist attack was never envisioned. Did you know? More than 10,000 workers were involved in building the World Trade Center complex. 1999 to 2000 Building of the Year. Did you know Phil Collins performed here? When the towers were finished, each one would have 97 passenger elevators capable of carrying loads of up to 10,000 pounds at speeds of up to 1,600 feet per second, or per minute. In all, the towers were assembled from more than 200,000 pieces of steel manufactured from around the country, 3,000 miles of electrical wiring, 425,000 cubic yards of concrete, 40,000 doors, and 43,600 windows, and 6 acres of marble. It's a lot of marble. 2 World Trade Center. What has 200 elevators, 1,200 restrooms, 400,000 doorknobs, 200,000 lighting fixtures, 7 million square feet of acoustical tile ceilings. Oh, those little tiles, like these things. My bad. More structural steel than the Verrazzano Narrows Bridge, and was built for the final cost of over $1 billion 1970-era dollars. That's right, the World Trade Center, built by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, as part of a plan conceived by the Rockefeller-led Downtown Lower Manhattan Association to shore up downtown's fortunes.